Welcome to Meals with Maria. Today I have 3 meals for about $30. These are delicious meals you can fit into any budget that you have. I swear they're gonna be delicious. You don't have to choose all 3. You can choose 1 or 2. I mean, I would choose all 3 because they're absolutely fabulous. I headed over to my local Aldi with about $30. I tried to make it work and it's fantastic. So I hope you enjoy. So here's my receipt. I ended up spending $31.56. You can see I got a salad kit on sale and he kind of screwed it up and it was on and off a million times, but he did get the right price eventually, so happy about that. So we're gonna end up doing some chicken thighs one night. These were on sale for $1.59. It was a great price. And I figure with that we can do some of this cheddar broccoli rice. And then I just got some steamed broccoli florets, and these were each 99 cents. So this is actually, this is about a $9 dinner to do something like that. And I figure even if it's not nice out, we're not gonna grill, I could even make a little casserole out of this and use some of this cheddar cheese too. So we'll kind of see what ends up happening. And then I got ground turkey. I made these most amazing turkey burgers years ago from New York Times recipe. I plan to make those again. This was 6 something and you get 1.2 pounds, which is awesome because my family's a little bit over 1 pound right now to make burgers for everybody. I got some hamburger buns. They did have some cooler ones, some brioche and stuff like that, but these were much cheaper, so we just grabbed these because they're fine. And then I figure with those turkey burgers, we can make the salad kit that ended up being 99 cents. So we'll probably just make that tonight to make sure that this is still good. And these avocados were 59 cents each. So I figure we slice one of these up and kind of put it on the turkey burger with some of this cheddar cheese, which is $1.99. And we end up with a really robust dinner with a salad on the side and kind of almost like a California style turkey burger. And then for the third meal, we're gonna take these chicken thighs. I'm gonna either cook them up and slice them, or we're gonna put them in the crock pot. I think I'll probably do the crock pot. I'm gonna do that with some black beans, some corn, and some salsa. I was gonna buy diced tomatoes with green chilies or separated green chilies, but I thought it might be easier if I just bought this whole jar of salsa. That way we can kind of put it over. I'm gonna make it into some burritos or some tacos. I'm not sure if I want to do tacos or burritos. We'll see what it ends up being. Maybe even flautas. And I figured then we'll have salsa for that too, so it's kind of a double dipping. And so we've got the cheddar here too for $1.99. This was $2.19. Sour cream's still pretty expensive. It's less than $2, but it's $1.69. Black beans are 77 cents. I always wish they went back to that 50 cent. They used to be 50 cents. Corn 64 cents. So these, I feel these both used to be 50 cents and they both went up. They do say they're dropping their prices every day, so we'll see. And then even to go with our burritos or our tacos, I just got some whole grain brown rice and I thought we could kind of zhuzh that up with some spices just for my spice cabinet. And we're gonna have 3 amazing meals for about $30 from one. So this is gonna be a variation on the best turkey burger that I've ever had, the New York Times recipe, but the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of grated onion, and we didn't buy any onions, so we're just gonna use onion powder here, which I think is gonna be totally fine. You want 2 tablespoons of ketchup, so I'm gonna assume that that's kind of a pantry item, that you have that hanging around. Nice dash of Worcestershire sauce, so good in turkey. Again, pantry item, this is 99 cents, so cheap. Salt and pepper. And I actually read an article about burgers and kind of mixing them and salting them. And so I'm actually going to salt this burger after I mix everything together. It's supposed to be better for, I don't know, how it ends up tasting. So it's not more like a meatloaf. It's more like a nice loose burger. And along with that, you really don't want to over mix it. That's why I kind of lightly was going in with my hands because we don't want it to be too dense. You do want to cook these on the grill over high heat for about 5 minutes on each side. When it comes to turkey burgers, you want to make sure that they are cooked all the way through. This is our salad kit. Love finding these things on sale, 99 cents. I was saying I love to zhuzh it up, so we're probably going to add in a little bit of shredded cheese. If I had blue cheese, I would really like to add that to this, but I don't. If I had more bacon, I would put that in. So whatever you have around your house, don't be afraid to just, add it in. You can even add in some of that avocado we got, because we got a lot of extra. I'm actually gonna just slice mine up and serve it with the burgers. And if my kids want to eat it on the side or on their salad, that's totally fine. Or you can put it on your burger, however you want to do it. And yeah, overall, it's gonna be delicious.
And everybody's grill is different, so definitely make sure to check those burgers and make sure they are cooked all the way through.
And I am serving it with a tomato because this is our first tomato from the garden, and I don't want to miss out on it, so it's really good. And then I did not use my block of cheese because I had this cheese that needed to be used, and I'm a complete believer of first in, first out, so we don't want to waste anything. So I'll use this first and then I'll use my block cheese, but it's still part of the budget, you know what I mean?
These burgers did end up being absolutely delicious, as good as we remembered, if not better. Huge family hit and super inexpensive.
So for dinner tonight, we're gonna make like a Santa Fe chicken. So I'm putting some black beans and I just kind of drained them out, but I didn't really rinse them. It's fine. Can of corn. You can use frozen too if you want, but we bought canned, which is a little cheaper, I think. About a teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of cumin. And then it's your choice. You can use a can of tomatoes, diced tomatoes with green chilies. You can use a can of diced tomatoes and a can of green chilies. Or like we're doing, because we're gonna get kind of double duty out of this, I'm gonna use about half this jar of salsa. And then you can either use like a can of chicken broth. I just made up a little bit of chicken bouillon. And if you don't have any bouillon, you can always just use water and salt. You wanna give this a good mix. And then I'm just gonna place my boneless, skinless chicken thighs in here. If you wanted to, you could always buy breast for this. This was just a little bit cheaper for me this week. I just tend to like thighs better anyway. I just think that they're, I don't know, maybe because they have a higher fat content, they're not as dry. And we're just gonna cover this, and I'm gonna put mine on low for 3 hours because I feel like mine cooks super hot, but if you need to, you do high for 3 hours, or you can do low for like 6 hours if your crock pot doesn't cook hot. So you kind of just have to know your crock pot. Okay, it's been a while. I did turn it off or put it on warm. Everything was fully cooked through, so we're just going to shred this up and then decide whether to put it in the tortillas or over rice, or put the rice on the side, or put the rice in the tortilla. The options are pretty much endless.
And then this is very good with just like chunks or slices of avocado. I did decide to make up a quick guacamole just by mashing up a few of my avocados, about a teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of salt. And then if you have some lime, you can use fresh, or you can use, you saw I had that stuff that I just keep in the fridge. I keep it on hand kind of as a pantry item. It's super inexpensive. And that's it for like the most simple guacamole that there is. I shredded up my cheese. We've got our sour cream and our salsa, and then just shredded up that chicken. I ended up kind of like pulling it out and draining out the liquid and putting it into a bowl, and that way everyone could enjoy it how they wanted to enjoy it. So I had like a burrito bowl. The kids had their tacos. We ended up with extra tortilla shells, and we even ended up with some extra rice. So there was like plenty of leftovers for the next day. And this chicken like this is absolutely phenomenal. Like this is so good. I will make it over and over again. It is something that is so versatile.
DJ.
5 out of 5.
Wow, nice.
5 out of 5.
What do you think, Ben? All right, it is chicken thigh night. So I took these out. We're gonna just slather them up in some barbecue sauce. Super simple. If you don't have barbecue sauce on hand, you can always do a really simple combination of herbs and spices that you have around. So I'm gonna just do like salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. You can even do like a taco type seasoning. I'll put a bunch of different ideas down in the description box for you. But because we do have barbecue sauce on hand, that is what we're going to use. I'm going to grill mine up, and I might have to finish them in the oven because we don't have a lot of pellets left, and that's what happens when you are have a pellet stove. I guess the same thing happens when you have a gas grill too, if you run out of gas. So poo on us for not remembering to get pellets. But we're gonna do our best. I am going to also cook up our rice according to the package instructions. Also steam up that broccoli, and it's gonna be a great dinner. So you're gonna zhuzh up these steamed broccoli florets. I did just cook them in the microwave, but I do want to try them in the oven sometimes. Just a little hot today to be doing that. So do just a sprinkle of garlic powder, a little bit of salt. You can do some pepper, grated Parmesan if you have it. Not totally necessary, but I think it's delicious on broccoli. And we'll do a squirt of lemon. You can use like this, the lemon container or the fresh lemon if you have it, or you can use no lemon. Right here. You don't want that? No. You can have some broccoli? You want to have some broccoli. The lie detector has determined that this is a lie. Because Ben doesn't like broccoli. He's pretending he likes broccoli. I would be happy to give him all the broccoli in the world, but I know that he will spit it out. He will stare at me like you're a complete crazy person. Benjamin.
Well, it may not have been Ben's favorite. It was my favorite. It was very, very good. And we all had a great dinner. This is a simple one that is super inexpensive. Just don't forget about it because kids and adults alike absolutely love it. Go ahead and check out this next video for some more $10 dinners. And make sure the next time you're on YouTube, you're watching Meals with Maria.